Cold water running down your body can feel very uncomfortable, but the benefits for your health, cognition, and your performance are enough to justify torturing yourself for a few minutes a day by taking a cold shower. If you actually commit to doing this every morning when you first wake up, you will feel very different sensations and effects that can make you even start enjoying cold showers. For example, one of the best instant benefits of stepping into a cold shower is that you'll immediately feel a rush of energy that'll last much longer even after you're already done. You see, when you expose yourself to cold, such as in the form of a cold shower, it triggers a shock response in the body. This shock increases the levels of a hormone known as noradrenaline. And that noradrenaline improves your oxygen intake and also increases your heart rate and your alertness. So if you have issues getting your morning started and feeling energetic and ready to take on the day, taking a cold shower may be your solution. Along with the physical boost in energy, taking a cold shower first thing in the morning will also give you a psychological boost that can improve your performance and your productivity throughout the rest of the day. This is due to two main reasons. First, by taking a cold shower, you've already had your first win of the day, which makes you more likely to continue practicing other positive and beneficial behaviors that may not feel so pleasant while you're doing them. These include things like working out, eating clean, and getting work done. The second way that cold showers benefit your psychology is by increasing mental toughness. Taking them daily trains your mind to confront things which are uncomfortable, be in control of your emotions, and handle stressors that occur during daily life more efficiently in general. Next is a benefit that we can all use right now, and that's enhanced immunity. That's right, if you take cold showers, there's evidence that supports the fact that you'll be less likely to get sick. This is because consistent cold water exposure leads to a stress response, and that creates certain changes in the body that ultimately boost your immune system function. A study from the Czech Republic showed that when athletic young men were immersed in cold water 3 times a week for 6 weeks, it boosted their immune system in a statistically significant way. Another study looked at whether cold water immersion has the ability to impact biomarkers of the immune system in young, healthy men. The researchers found that the cold water immersion 3 times per week for 6 weeks was able to increase the number of lymphocytes in these young men's bodies. A lymphocyte is a type of white blood cell that helps attack invading bacteria, viruses, and toxins, as well as the body's own cells that have been taken over by viruses or become cancerous. So if you're interested in improving your immune system, taking cold showers could be the very thing that you need, as it may help you reduce how often you get sick. Another huge benefit that goes hand in hand with your improved psychology and immunity is that you'll actually be more likely to show up to work. That's right, a study from the Netherlands that included 3,018 people compared groups of people that took cold showers to groups that took warm showers to find out who took more time off of work. The participants were split into 4 groups, and each of those were instructed to take a warm shower every day for 30 days. The only difference was that one group was asked to end it with 30 seconds of cold water, another group with 60 seconds of cold water, and the last with 90 seconds of cold water. Meanwhile, the control group only took warm showers. After a month of following this protocol, researchers found that the cold shower groups were less likely to take time off from work due to sickness than those who took warm showers. On top of that, after the month-long study was over, 64% of the participants continued the cold water regimen because they actually enjoyed it. And after a 3-month follow-up period, the researchers found that the groups that had cold water exposure had a 29% reduction of self-reported sick leave from work. Another excellent health benefit that cold showers will provide is an improvement in blood circulation. For example, a study published in the International Journal of Sports Medicine looked at how cold water immersion after exercise affected blood flow. The result was that after 4 weeks, the scientists found an improvement in blood flow to and from muscles. Most people realize that enhanced blood flow has benefits for your heart, your cardiovascular system, your brain, and of course your blood pressure. But aside from these health boosting benefits, it also leads to performance boosting benefits for your muscles as well. For example, one of the benefits is that your muscles will be able to recover faster and clear waste products out faster. The improved blood flow enhances recovery by increasing the efficiency of your body at delivering nutrients to your muscle tissue, which is why cold showers can also be helpful as a recovery tool. Another thing is that since your muscles will get more blood flow, that'll lead to an improvement in your endurance capacity. That's because more blood flow to your muscles assists with your body's ability to deliver oxygen to your muscles. And remember, oxygen is energy. Aside from that, cold exposure benefits your endurance levels in other ways. For example, it helps boost mitochondrial biogenesis. This is a fancy way of saying that it increases the number of mitochondria in your body, which are the powerhouses of your cells. Mitochondria are actually crucial for endurance capacity. They give your body the ability to use oxygen for energy production. And muscular endurance is highly related to your body's ability to being able to produce energy from oxygen optimally. We have research that shows that 4 weeks of cold water immersion at 50 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes 3 times a week after running led to an increase in mitochondrial biogenesis within muscle tissue. And another study found that cold water exposure following high intensity running increased PGC1 alpha, which is a gene that also increases the number of mitochondria found within muscle tissue. Now, going back to some psychological benefits, there is anecdotal evidence that cold exposure can improve your mood and that it can even be used to prevent and treat depression. One of the ways that a cold shower can improve your mood and make you feel happy is by increasing the levels of the neurotransmitter norepinephrine, which we talked about earlier. Norepinephrine is actually one of the key 3 neurotransmitters involved in happiness, the other 2 being serotonin and dopamine. Research shows that when you deplete norepinephrine in a person, they become depressed. It's been shown in both mice and human studies that cold exposure can actually increase norepinephrine, which is why cold showers might be beneficial for increasing your happiness and treating any kind of depression. Now, to get the full benefits, the water has to be pretty cold. For example, we have a study that found that 1 hour of cold water immersion at 68 degrees Fahrenheit did not increase norepinephrine. Meanwhile, 1 hour at 57 degrees Fahrenheit did increase norepinephrine. And the difference between just 10 degrees of temperature was huge. The group that sat in 57-degree water increased norepinephrine by 530%. Now, I realize that spending an hour in the shower or even in a cold bath sounds ridiculous. Fortunately, you don't have to spend that much time to experience the benefits for your mood. In fact, after a 5-minute cold shower on the coldest setting, you'll most likely feel a big difference. But if you want to experience the full range of positive feelings that cold therapy can provide, I would recommend trying an ice bath. Since ice baths are significantly colder, it'll only take a short while, like maybe even a minute or two, for you to feel the changes throughout your entire body. And it's proven that you don't need to stay in really cold temperatures for anywhere near an hour to experience the full benefits. All we have to do is look at a long-term study that found that immersing yourself in cold water set at 40 degrees Fahrenheit for just 20 seconds for 12 weeks can increase norepinephrine by 200 to 300%. A true ice-cold ice bath will be even colder than that, and if you don't want to make your own ice bath, you can search for a local Russian, Korean, Japanese, or Turkish bathhouse, as they usually have ice baths along with the saunas in their facilities. Next, let's talk about inflammation, because you'll experience less of it thanks to cold showers. Keep in mind, inflammation isn't always a bad thing. In fact, it's crucial for various reasons, including the fact that inflammation is necessary to start recovering from an injury. Inflammation happens to be one of the first steps of the healing process, where the increased blood flow to the injury site is used to eliminate and clear out the damaged tissues and the dead cells. But when inflammation is chronically elevated, especially for no reason, that's when you'll run into issues. Chronically high inflammation speeds up the aging process and increases your risk of many different diseases, including heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Some of the best ways to keep inflammation under control are by eating a healthy diet, staying active, and getting enough sleep. But in addition to those, taking a cold shower every morning can also help. This is once again because cold exposure increases norepinephrine, and norepinephrine's list of benefits extend out to inflammation as well because it inhibits the inflammatory pathway in the body by decreasing levels of TNF-alpha. TNF-alpha is a very potent molecule that causes a rise in inflammation and is involved in almost all human diseases, ranging from cancer to diabetes to inflammatory bowel disease. Norepinephrine also decreases other inflammatory chemicals like macrophage inflammatory proteins. So, taking cold showers daily could indirectly reduce your risk of certain diseases by lowering inflammation. Now, many of the benefits that I've already mentioned, like improved blood flow and endurance, lead to further benefits like improved cognitive and mental performance. I've already mentioned that norepinephrine helps to increase focus, alertness, and happiness. This is especially apparent for me when I climb out of an ice bath and my body starts returning to normal body temperature. You can literally feel your gaze becoming more focused and your brain becoming more alert. Aside from norepinephrine, you have special proteins that recognize and respond to the cold. For example, one study found regular cold water swimmers had higher levels of RBM3 in their blood. This is a cold shock protein that's important for creating new connections between neurons in the brain. This process of creating these new neurons is known as neurogenesis. And aside from exercise and fasting, cold showers also offer another way to boost this function. We have studies that show this clear as day. For example, in older adults, cold water applied to the face and neck has been directly shown to improve brain function. Moving on, let's talk about weight loss, because a lot of people are under the impression that cold showers will help you burn fat. Don't get me wrong, taking a cold shower every morning isn't going to get you shredded if you don't train hard and smart and follow a good nutrition plan. Those factors are by far the most important for success in regard to body composition. However, taking a cold shower every morning might give you a tiny boost in fat loss. This is because cold exposure activates brown fat. Brown fat is a special type of fat that produces heat to help maintain your natural body temperature in cold conditions. The activation of this fat causes a decent increase in your metabolic rate, which is why cold showers can help with fat loss. In fact, we have a study that found that cold water immersion in 68 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour raised metabolic rate by 93%, and 1 hour at 57 degrees Fahrenheit raised metabolic rate by 350%. Again, you can experience a significant increase in metabolic rate in a shorter period of time by lowering the temperature further by using an ice bath as your progression to your cold showers. With all that said, it's important to remember that some people experience an increase in hunger after cold exposure. So make sure that you don't make up for the small increase in the amount of calories you burned in the cold shower or ice bath by eating more food afterwards. So those are the 9 main benefits for your body. One last indirect benefit that you'll experience is a financial one, because cold showers do happen to save a little bit of money. A little over 40% of the energy expended during your shower is spent on heating that water. Given that the average shower lasts about 8 minutes and uses about 20 gallons of hot water, you'll probably only save around roughly $100 a year, which isn't much, but it's a nice additional benefit to improving your health and your performance. So that about wraps it up. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you really feel stuck and you want extra help with reducing stubborn body fat or packing on muscle, my team and I can definitely help. That's what we do. Working with us, you'll get a full 42-day diet plan with a recipe book based on your preferences. This will come along with a full workout plan with a full video exercise library so you know exactly what you're doing every day. And of course, you'll also be assigned a coach that'll keep you on track and answer any questions that might come up. The best part is that if you follow our plan and hit your goal, you'll get the entire program for free. Most of our clients aim to lose a minimum of 20 pounds or 5% of their body fat, and we have a long history of hitting those numbers and a proven track record of success. So if you'd like to find out more, you can click the link below in the description or just head straight on over to my website directly at gravitytransformation.com. I'll see you guys soon.